Hey everybody, here's Dave, or as been called by DLA, Citizen Dave. All right, if you didn't notice, I'm actually in Texas, and if you didn't know what's going on in the news right now, we have a major hurricane coming in, and Houston is underwater. So this has gotten me to do this video. All right, first of all, let me disclaimer out there. I do not work for the state of Texas. I do not work for anybody. I am retired. All right. Second of all, DLA, you got a ton of great people there. The AT&L, thousands of good people there, along with the DOD. Not a problem. But you got really good people at the bottom. You got some really good people at the top, and you got some idiot bureaucrats right in the middle. I mean, I don't know what the hell. Their main job seems to be protecting their butt. All right, and welcome to Texas. We are a single consent state when it comes to recording stuff. So, surprise. All right, now I actually recorded a official where, you know, people are saying he can't be doing this stuff. It doesn't exist. He's lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and make stuff up. So he had me no choice, but I had to record him during one of our interviews. And this came out after the general counsel of the DOD told him not to talk to me anymore. This is only a week old, dude. So your lawyers told you not to talk to me, and he still talked to me, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm tired of the lies. I really am. I'm really tired of the lies. The state of Texas have been requesting information, vehicles, and everything for him for years. All right, from what I understand, and they just got crapped on enough that I, as a private citizen, came out and did this. Okay, and here we go. Remember, this is a DLA official, or not DLA, a DOD official, GS-14, and listen to them. There are books you're supposed to use to determine DMIL standards. Let's see if the head of the DMIL section uses any of those rules, regulations, or anything. Okay, ready? And here we go.
DOD DMIL, Jeff Garrett, may I help you?
Hey, Jeff, Dave Tomorrow doing. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What can I do for you, my friend?
Any changes on the DMIL policy for the Humvees?
Not a dime. Nope.
Okay. Sent out 200 packets yesterday or last week, so.
Sounds good. Nothing has changed. The DMIL code's going to stay as C until somebody can determine what's been modified on them. So.
Well, that's just it. That's just it. All right. Here's the thing. This is the first time ever in DOD history where they've put DMIL codes on what possibly could have been modified on a vehicle. Remember, 99% of the vehicles that we're talking about never left the country, never went over there, or never got modified. Let me put it that way. Vast majority of them never left the country. A good amount of them have been in storage from the factory until now, okay? And they're getting crushed, okay? Let me tell you something. When they go from the unit, to higher headquarters, they get inspected. All the stuff taken off of them, they get inspected. From the higher headquarters to the next higher headquarters, again, they get inspected before they go turn in. From there, they go to the Army, okay, Army turn-in point. At the Army turn-in point, they have DOD civilians there who inspect and make sure that nothing's left on there. From there, they go to DLA, has to do an inspection on them to make sure that nothing's been inspected to them. Now, he wants another test on them, another check on them, and to make sure that, I don't know what he's trying to do, he puts DMIL code C on, which means they must be crushed. Okay? And here's the thing. He says they got to be inspected again, but he's the one who's never given a list of certified, he's never given a certified list. Okay? So even if they inspect it, they can't certify them because they've never been given a list. If you call DLA TACOM DMIL section, they'll say it's got to be certified, verified. Okay, what on it has to be certified? Well, we don't know. They'll tell you that we don't know right on there. So even if you have a bunch of them ready to get inspected, they're going to go, can't be inspected because we don't have a list. Okay? TACOM says that that's your responsibility.
No, TACOM, that's not, I just got off the phone with them. Whoever you're talking with is incorrect, so.
All right, that's a lie. I got emails from TACOM saying that it's his responsibility. If you have the packet, look it up. The TACOM, one of the senior members of TACOM says that they can't do it. They are not allowed to do what he's telling them to do. The lawyers have said that, and that just blows his argument out of the water because he's telling them to do something illegal. That's what DLA's been saying.
Anyway,
The J31.
I assign a demo code. They assign a demo code. We verify them. The demo codes assign.
All right, he is the head of DMIL, okay? He assigns the DMIL code. He is responsible for doing that. Again, if you have the packet, you'll have documentation in there saying that he does DMIL code. So he does a great big loop right there, says he does the DMIL code, they certify, he does the DMIL code, they whatever, and they can't do that. It's impossible for them to do that. It's against the law. You call TACOM and they'll tell you can't do that.
Based on what has been modified, and the mill services actually own that code.
Well, that's not. I talked to the J4 over the Army, and they said that they are.
All right. First of all, J4 at the Army Class 7, they have vehicles that they want to sell. They don't want them crushed, first of all. Second of all, the DMIL code is not owned by the services. Come on now. The services fall under DLA, or the AT&L, okay? So when you have the guy at the AT&L saying, hey, they got to be DMIL code C, you don't have the Air Force, Army, Navy, and everything going, well, we're just going to go around that because they can't do it because they fall for rules and regulations and they fall under the DMIL code office. The only one that's doing that is the Marine Corps, and they're playing hell because this guy, every time they have another batch of Humvees, he comes out with a different list of items that needs to be demilled. Go to Iron Planet, look it up. There's every month they're releasing the same vehicles. They're more and more and more and more and more demilled. He's so pissed off at the Marines that they're selling these vehicles. He comes up with more and more and more stuff that has to be gutted, crushed, whatever. To the fact that right now they're trying to sell. Or they are selling vehicles that are basically unsafe. The roll bar's been cut. I mean, for God's sake. Okay.
Going to release them through the exchange program. So
through the sales exchange program, they can release them for sale, but they have to be certified and verified.
Well, all right. So what's the disconnect here? Because
you gotta talk to them. Dave, you gotta talk to them.
Every reason that you've.
So now it's the service's fault that they can't sell these vehicles. I've told you, the Marines are trying to sell the vehicles. The Army's trying to sell their vehicles. They're all trying to do it. He is getting on the phone with them when they are trying to demill these vehicles. Every time that they go to sale, he's up there going, no, got to do more, got to do more. I got Marines that have contacted me and said, hey, they're going nuts because there's never a set standard. And you can follow this. Just go to ironplanet.com, look from the vehicles that were sold a few months ago to the vehicles that are sold today. There's no doors on them, no roll bars, no nothing. And that's directly from him. You got these poor Marines out there running around cutting up these trucks because every time they get on the phone with him, I have decided that we're going to do like this. Well, the thing is, DTSA at the Pentagon, they're the ones that actually make the decision on that. They said those vehicles are absolutely fine. They're not bulletproof or anything like that. They're not class 3. They don't have to be cut up, okay? So right now he's going against State Department, Department of Commerce, and DTSA, okay? Just remember that. And there's a supporting document in that packet for that.
Said that they can't be demilled or can't be released applies to every truck.
They have to certify and verify that all of that stuff's been removed. They can't sell them the way they are now. They have to,
all right, remember, certify and verify them. First of all, there's no standard right now, so there's no way they can certify and verify them.
I stated once before, and then I'm going to have to turn you back over to public affairs, but the bottom line is, even if they go for sale, they have to certify and verify, just like the Marine Corps is doing, that all of that MLI and CCL, all that stuff has been removed before it can be sold.
Okay, according to regulations, you have to remove your CCI and MLI before you can even turn it in. So I don't know what he's talking about. All the radio equipment, all the ComSec, all the the weapon systems and everything, that cannot be turned in on the vehicle. That's got to be pulled off. I've seen thousands of vehicles at storage yards. None of them have that stuff on there. It cannot be accepted by DLA until that stuff's taken off. So it's already been certified.
And as you said before, when if they're the same shape as they came out of the factory, that's good.
You got to certify if they come out, but we got AM General stating that they had armor on some of the light armor. So,
All right, I would like to have anybody that's investigating this or looking at this and everything, find me in any DLA, any Department of Defense manual where it pertains to light armor on military vehicles. I'm not talking like light armor as 113s or labs or anything like that. I'm talking for wheeled vehicles. What is light armor? Because you're going to find out there's a thing, you're either armored or you're not armored. National Institute of Justice put out the requirements in 1985. It's got to be level 3 armor for it to be armor. Now, here's the thing. In the DoD books, in the DMIL books, in every book that it's got for it to be armor, has to be level 3 armor. AM General never installed any level 3 armor on any vehicle until the M1114 came out. So that right there, he's making up a category to keep these vehicles from getting handed out. There's no such thing. I dare anybody to find the term light armor in the DoD handbooks or manuals. Okay, it doesn't exist. In there it says level 3 armor. You can't even have a vehicle that can have level 3 armor installed. DMIL code C, it's got to be Q. If it's not level 3 armor, and it specifically states on there, it must be DMIL Q, not C. So why are they even printing those books if they're not going to go through them?
I just saw 100 of them at Fort Polk get sent to crush, and it's criminal. And there was nothing on it. There was no radios.
What the policy is? I don't write the policy. I just follow policy.
What? He's the head of DMIL for all of DoD. He doesn't write any policy. It's not my fault. I just think that DMIL C is the way to go. And why do I do that? Because I, in my heart, think that's the way to go. Not regulations, not the books, not documentation, not anything but what he wants to have done. Okay? Just remember that. Oh yeah, and it's not his fault again. Remember it used to be the service's fault? And TACOM's?
You write the policy, sir.
I do not. No, I do not write the policy. I do not, Dave. That's where you got to get this. I do not write the policy.
The State
we
Department,
write it and give it to OSD. OSD mandates the policy.
Okay, so it's the service's fault. It's the service's fault, then the Army's fault, then TACOM's fault. Now it was State Department's fault. Now it's the OSD's fault. OSD, Office of the Secretary of Defense. So guess what? General Mattis, it's your fault those vehicles are not being handed out. You just heard it. GS-14 just said, General Mattis, it is your fault those people are dying in Texas right now because there are hundreds of vehicles up there and Red River at Fort Hood and everything that are getting cut up that could be used for high water rescues. And because you are having those vehicles destroyed, we got people in Houston dying. Congratulations. You just had a GS-14 say it is the Office of Secretary of Defense. Your fault.
Policy. We directed, the Army has the input, Army G4 and the rest of them. So I don't want to get another.
I talked to the Army G4, okay? The head of Class 7. They said they are required to follow his guidance. So what happens is when people go ask the Army, hey, is DMIL code C correct? They go, of course it is. Why is it? Because we've been directed by Mr. Garrett to tell you that. And yeah, they will say that on the phone.
The debate, if nothing has changed as far as this position, whatever the Army is going to do, they have to certify and verify that there's no
list,
no armor, no weapon system, just like I've stated.
There is no list that they've released.
Put it in writing. If they want to sell it, that's what they're going to have to do.
Okay, and here's the deal. The Army has to put, according to what he put out, and if you got the packet that's in there, according to what he wants the Army to do, is by serial number. Every piece of equipment by serial number has to be signed off by somebody saying if they mess up, they're going to jail. Would you sign off on that? Never in the history of DLA, the Army, have they ever, or DOD, whatever, never in the history have they released ground vehicles by serial number. We're talking 400,000 plus vehicles. All right? All right. So
that's up to them.
All right, Politico and the Hill are coming out with big stories about this.
there's
I'm looking forward to it.
That's fine.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
So recap real quick. We got people dying in Texas. We got high water vehicles being cut up for scrap that should be DML code Q according to their own manuals. And a lot of people are just going, Garrett said so. Have you even opened the book? Really? So let's recap real quick. All right, so far, State Department's fault, Army's fault, the service's fault, TACOM's fault, and by the way, General Mattis, it's your fault. All right? So I swear to God, I wish. Garrett is just perfect. He is the perfect bureaucrat. He knows exactly how to play the game, and because of that, we have thousands of vehicles being chopped up. And I'd say, I'm telling you, between the cost of transportation of the vehicles, the cost of storage, and the cost of cutting them up, versus the cost of just leaving them in place and selling them, the military lost $500 million last year. And when I was talking to Mr. Yaza at DLA, he said not nearly $500 million. That's closer to $350 million. Hey, when a government official is comfortable stating that they just wasted $350 million last year that should have been returned to the taxpayer, that's criminal. Come on. So please, if you're watching this video, please, this guy's got to go. No. I know he's GS-14, he's protected and everything. He's retiring soon. Dude, can he not be counting penguins in Alaska or something? I mean, or polar bears at the South Pole. And guess what? There's no penguins in Alaska and no polar bears at the South Pole. That'd be a perfect place for him to do that job because he couldn't screw it up. Almost messed up. We almost went R-rated there. Okay? So, hey, please do this for me. Pass this around. Hey, DLA's not going to talk to me anymore. I got it. DOD's probably not going to talk to me. Please, be a pain in their butt. If you have a congressman's friend, call him and everything because he's making up stuff right there. He does this all the time. If you talk to GSA, if you talk to Department of Defense, if you talk to other people that are willing to talk about this, you're going to find out that he's hated over there. First of all, second of all, he's a political hack. Third of all, in my opinion, he should be held partially responsible for some people that died here in Texas. In my opinion, he should be held responsible for some of the people that died in Texas because the state of Texas has begged for these vehicles. Begged. And I can give you phone numbers. And guess what? They're still getting cut up at Red River. We are paying people to cut up vehicles who could save people's lives. That person has no place in my government. All right? So thank you very much. Have a great day. And I'm waiting for your comments. Bye.